is what is determination of Fermi energy. So by using meter bridge. Okay, so here we are not using any ready-made kit here. So you can see here the operators are kept here. So we need to connect all these. So as given in the circuit diagram. So in circuit diagram you can see here. So this is what the circuit diagram here. Yeah. So if you see the circuit diagram, so it will tell what are the things we require. So this AB is what is the meter bridge. Okay. So this is battery, that is a DC regulated power supply, and here you can see here a beaker is here, so containing hot water, and inside this we are going to immerse the coils. Okay, so this is a copper coil which will be wound on a wooden frame, so whose ends will be connected to the left gap of the meter bridge. Similarly, this is what a galvanometer, so which is center tapped to the meter bridge, and at the other end of the galvanometer you can see it is connected to what is called the sliding contact or the jockey. So where you can move the jockey between this A and B, and this is S is what is called the standard resistance or shunt resistance of 1 ohm. So these are the elements which are required to do the experiment. So here you can see here, so DC power supply is here. So this is what I told, copper coil. You can see here the copper wire is wound here onto this wooden frame, whose terminals you can see here are connected to here. Okay, the ends of the copper wires are connected here. This is the beaker. So we need to take a boiling water. Then we need to insert this copper coil inside the boiling water. This is the galvanometer. So this is the shunt resistor or standard resistance of 1 ohm. And this is the meter bridge. So you can see here. So 1 meter length of wire is fixed here. Okay. So you can see the wire also here. This is what is I told left gap of the meter bridge. So in this left gap, we need to connect this copper coil here. Similarly, this is what is the center tapping. So here we need to connect one end of the galvanometer. The other end of the galvanometer we need to connect to what is called the jockey. So this is the jockey, so which can be moved on the meter bridge. Okay. And this resistance, standard resistance, we need to connect in the right gap of the meter bridge. So then this is the end A of the meter bridge. Here we need to connect the positive of the battery. So which is the positive of the battery here? This is our DC power supply. So from this positive terminal of the battery, we need to connect to the end A. Similarly, from the negative of the battery, we need to connect to the end B. Okay. So it is again a simple circuit. So where we are making the connections. So using the connecting wires. Okay, let us now start how to do the circuit connections here. So use some lengthy wires. Okay, so I will start from positive of the battery. So positive of the battery, you connect to, so this is the positive of the battery. So connect to the end A of the meter bridge. So this is the end A. So similarly, you take a wire from the negative of the battery. So this is the negative of the battery. Connect to the end B of the meter bridge. So here you have to connect. Okay. So then, so you need to connect the copper coil, as I told. The copper coil is kept inside the beaker. So connect that copper coil. So to the left gap of the, this is the left gap. Okay. So just insert here. So then you connect the galvanometer by center tapping to the meter bridge. Okay, so just connect it here. Then the other end of the galvanometer you connect it to a jockey. So this jockey you leave it on the meter bridge. Then the resistance is there, no standard resistance. So that you connect to the right gap of the meter bridge. Okay. Yeah, that's all the experiment. And to record the temperature of the water bath, so you need to insert one thermometer. Okay, so that's all the connection. So just I will repeat, very simple connection. So start from the positive of the battery, connect the positive of the battery to the end A, then negative of the battery to the end B, then in the left gap you connect the copper coil, then in the right gap you connect the standard resistance, then center tap the galvanometer, on the other end of the galvanometer you connect to the job. Okay. So now before you take hot water in the beaker, so make sure, okay, the deflection in the galvanometer shows opposite deflections. So what is opposite deflection means? So now first you set the voltage in the voltmeter here. So the voltage should be at least 1 volt. Okay, just tune the knob so that the voltage reads around 1. So don't give more than 1. So if you give more voltage, the meter bridge wire itself will get heated up. So that will adversely affect the balancing condition. Okay, around 1 you can keep, okay, nearly 1. Right, now you can see the voltmeter is showing 0, 1 voltage. Now you press the, slowly you adjust the voltage to 1. We can use another source. Now you can see the voltage is set around 1. Okay, it is showing 0.9 or 1. It is almost 1 only. Now what you have to verify? So you have to verify whether the galvanometer shows either side deflection. What is either side means? You just take the jockey and press to end B of the meter bridge. Just see which side the galvanometer show deflections. So the galvanometer should show opposite side deflection. You can see it is deflecting to left side. Okay, and it is complete deflection. Similarly, you check what about the end A. If I press the jockey at end A, again it should show complete deflection opposite side. You can see again it is showing complete deflection. That means now the circuit is proper. Okay, now you can start the experiment. Now how to start the experiment? So in the kettle, okay, so hot water kettle is here. So you need to take, you have to boil the water, and that boiled water you need to pour into the beaker. So where the coil is already kept immersed. Okay. So just pour 3/4 of. So now, just wait for some 2 or 3 minutes so that the thermometer shows a constant or maximum temperature. Yeah, it will take some time so that the temperature, to read the temperature. Yeah. So now what you have to do, to assume temperature is going to reach around 80. If you have taken complete, well boiling water, it will reach, or else you can start from 75 also, not a problem. Okay. When temperature, so is 75, now what you have to do, you have to note down the balancing length. Okay. Yeah, what is balancing length? Now assume your temperature is, the thermometer is showing 75 degrees centigrade. Now move the jockey from end A. Gently you move on the wire, and you can just keep watching the galvanometer. You slide the jockey, so till the galvanometer shows 0 deflection. You can see here the galvanometer started moving towards 0, correct? Yeah. Now you can see, yeah, at this point you can see the galvanometer has shown 0 deflection. So what is the length here? It is almost 67.5. So that has to be recorded in the tabular column. Okay, so this is what is called balancing length. Okay. Now another reading you have to take when the temperature drops by 5 degrees centigrade. That means now you started with 75. Just wait for another 2 or 3 minutes. The temperature will come down to 70 degrees centigrade. Okay. Again, what you have to do, you slide the jockey on the meter bridge wire as you did in the first case, and just check at what length the galvanometer has shown. Again 0 deflection. Okay. So just check the thermometer reading. Yeah, it has come almost 70 now. You just start sliding the jockey. Again you can see it is going to 0. Yeah. So now it is some 67 point, some 2 will come. Okay. So this is the balancing length at 70 degrees centigrade. So you can see the tabular column. Okay. So these are different. Okay, don't worry. Whatever balancing length will come for your, you enter. You can see here. Here he has started with 70. This is the balancing length. Similarly, next 5 degree fall, you can see 5 degree fall. What is the balancing length? So this trial or this exercise you have to do. So from 70 to say 50 or 45. So for every 5 degree fall in temperature, record what is the balancing length. Okay. So then you need to convert this temperature to Kelvin, and you have to find the resistance by using this formula SL by 100 minus L. What is L here? Balancing length. So from the experiment. And S is what is called the value of the shunt resistor. So remember, this is our shunt resistor. Its value will be 1 ohm. It is given here 1 ohm. Okay. So that value of S has to be taken in calculating capital R, that is the resistance. And you can see as temperature decreases, resistance also decreases because it is a copper is a metal. So later on what you have to do, you have to plot a graph of resistance versus temperature in Kelvin. So this is how we are going to plot a graph, get a graph. So temperature in Kelvin along x-axis, resistance y-axis. You are going to get a straight line. Okay. So then you take a small slope. Find slope. Slope is dr by dt or delta r by delta t. Okay. And if you substitute this slope value, so in this given formula, you can see the formula is given. Okay. So where you can see n e pi a r square l root 2 by m. All these are constant values. It will be given to you. It will be there in your manual. Only thing you are going to find is delta r by delta t through the experiment. What is delta r by delta t? The slope from this graph. Okay. So if you substitute all the constant values and slope value, you are going to get what is the Fermi energy of the material. So if you have taken proper readings, the Fermi energy should come between 7 to 8 electron volt. Okay. So that's all the experiment. Thank you.